Welcome. In this video, I will be interpreting the cards for our full moon. You are in my tarot playlist, and I am Daisy, your hostess here at Fortune Forecast. And Happy New Year. Hopefully, it will be a dynamic year with all wonderful things opening up for you. Good health, love, prosperity, and a bounty of your dreams coming true. All right, let's take a look at this. But before we do get started, let's talk about this particular moon. Yes, it is the first month of the year, the first week of the year, and the first full moon of the year. So a lot of firsts for us. And that is one thing that we can talk about when we think about the moon as a visual marker for all of us to guide by as we go throughout our month. Full moons are prime times for manifestation and peaks. The cycles of the moon offers a visual opportunity to reflect on one's own journey. Mind you that the moon's cycle has also been reported to affect beings here on Earth, so feelings can run the gamut from sad, anger, to extreme happiness and love. When you know what's happening in the lunar cycle, you can make adjustments to modulate how you're feeling. This can happen through a simple shift in the things that you're already doing. Each act that you do is an offering. Everything that we do is an expression of life. And we can use our actions, our thoughts, to manifest into this life, this one life, something magical. And we can turn something mundane into something amazing. So let's keep in mind on January 6, 2023, the moon will be rising later in the evening. It is recorded that it will come up around 23:07 hours. So that's about, 11 o'clock or so? All right. This gorgeous full moon is also known as the wolf moon. And it's so named because in native traditions, it was said that the wolves were heard howling more frequently during this time of the year. Now let's take a look at symbolisms and see how this may relate to you or what is going on in your life right now. In animal lore, wolf symbolizes loyalty, family, friendship, strong connection with your instincts and your intuition. Also, the awareness or a high intelligence, being more aware and acute to things that are happening, open to more communication, and a deep desire for freedom. So as we're moving into this cycle, keep those things in mind. If you are beginning to feel that you need more space, if you feel that you're becoming more expressive or in tune and aware of certain things, it may be that this energy is entering into our lives. And another thing to note is that the full moon is in Cancer. And what does that mean for all of us here? While all the signs will be influenced, those that are not of water signs will feel a little bit out of their element, so to speak. So expect to find yourself feeling more sensitive to events and interactions, also experiencing heightened intuition, and even finding yourself maybe a little bit more moodier. So the major themes to take away during this full moon, it's all about taking care of yourself. This is not a time to push yourself. This is more about taking care of you and your space, honoring the space for you that will help you see things clearly as you progress through the upcoming months. Keep in mind that the work you do on your self-development, on you, will be something that you will become aware of these subtle changes and growth in the near future. While the moon is moving in Cancer, it is not unusual for you to feel more like a homebody, wanting to be around home, nesting around your family, and around activities that nurture you and make you feel kind of cozy and warm inside, whatever that may mean to you and appeals to you. You may also be prone to more of those emotional fluctuations. So take this opportunity while you're being a little bit more sensitive to forgive and forget. Try to create a certain distance between yourself and the persons or situation that right now you might feel a little bit resentful for. Tap into your innate ability to connect emotionally on manifesting your ideal condition, your ideal partner, your ideal work, your ideal career, your ideal future. You have that ability. And now that the moon is moving in Cancer, those emotions are now at the surface, and you can work with them in your favor to manifest. Because one of the elements to manifesting is to infuse your desire with your emotion. And when you merge those two and you become sold into that, what you are thinking of, that ideal situation that you want, and you infuse it with your feelings, it now begins to take a life of its own. A couple things that we can focus on as we're getting into this Cancer energy right before my reading here. The water people, which are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, are tuned in to a deeper, more subtle reality than others around them. So in general, for all of us during this full moon season, it is important to be aware of our emotions, but not to have our emotions own us. Don't buy into the fear. Don't buy into the anger. Don't buy into the sadness. And don't buy into the extreme joys either. And being aware that the feelings are washing over us like the oceans beating on the sand, then we can know that it will come and it will go, and we're just here being witness to this thing called life. So the emotions provide a powerful connection to the divine within ourselves and to each one around us. And coincidentally, the ruling planet of Cancer is the moon. The moon represents the personal self, the feelings, and the unconscious. And it stands for security, instincts, and our habitual patterns, as well as our ability to relate with others and to be nurturing not only for ourselves, but for others as well. So here we are. This moon is asking us to take time to nurture ourselves. Before we get started, I have these little gems here. I did a random draw of one of my gemstones, and I pulled out this particular one. But because I have the same stone in different texture, I wanted to share that with you. But this is amethyst. And this is tumbled and polished amethyst stone here. And this is another amethyst here. It's a gift from my friend Donna. And this is really good because it has points. So if you're using it to do any healing work or any other affirmation work, it's really good. And this is another little version with a lot of little crystal peaks on it. You see? It's like bunches and bunches of crystals, clusters in here. See that? It's like the back side when they crack it open. It's like, and then when they crack it on the inside, it's all these beautiful stones. And then this one was a gift from Tammy. I don't have a flashlight, but I'd love to put the flashlight underneath to show you how beautiful this piece is. It is just splendid, and the energy is amazing. So one thing about amethyst, it is one of the most popular variety of quartz that usually people like to get, because the energies that come from these are said to be of protection. So it is a protection stone, and it resonates with the vibrations of serenity and also spirituality. And it's deeply connected to the third eye chakra, which is the center of spirituality and intuition, and also with the crown chakra, which governs the connection with the universe. Amethyst, with its reputation to provide clarity, also is known as the bishop stone, and traditionally it has been set in rings of high-ranking church officials. In medieval Europe, soldiers wore amulets in battle to protect and heal. Interesting little tidbit of information, right? All right. So as this full moon rises into the night sky, it offers an opportunity to go into a place of deep self-reflection and remind yourself that there is an unseen connection to you and your pack, your tribe, your kin, your community that is worthy of you recognizing and honoring. So, as this reflects to all of us, let's see what will be revealed for each of the members of the zodiac. So let's get started. And in tradition, we will start off with Aquarius since it is the month of January. Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, the Three of Pentacles. And here it's something about coming together. It looks like you're going to be getting together to consult on something, something you want to put together, something you want to buy. Could be a financial negotiation, could be something that you've had in the works and now it's going to the next level. We see with the number 3 just focusing on the number, communication. So there's something getting together. Could be creativity or working on a project. The other thing here could also be manifesting something that, something finally has gone off from an idea to now a little more concrete. Also, because the number 3 is related to expansion, this could also be related to maybe you're thinking about building a house, or could be having children, could be family. The number 3 is also associated with abundance and spirituality. So this could be also that you're coming back into your roots. It could also mean that there is money coming your way, that there's a project that is going to be yielding money for you. In general, this full moon is really ushering to my Aquarians opportunities, abundance, new projects, expansion. So the Three of Pentacles here is revealing that you're either reaching a goal or something that you're getting to is you're very close to what it is that you want. It's very encouraging, and continue moving forward. Don't give up. This is not the time to give up. Interpreting the symbols here, I could tell you that you are getting close to something that you wanted to do. You're very close to reaching your goal. There might be some things that you still have to work out, as you can see, some things that still need advice on before it's finalized. But definitely this is very encouraging for you to keep going, keep pursuing your dreams, keep pursuing your goals. If you're looking to collaborate with someone, this is a perfect time. The people that need to be here will be there. The money that needs to be there will be there. All will start falling into place because you have the mindset to make that happen. So if you are working in team, or if this has to do with a business or a job or in your career, this is all about collaboration. This is about bringing ideas together, and really everyone kind of in sync with moving forward with things. And as it relates to money, definitely I could see here that my Aquarius is in that place right now where that is also coming. And for my Aquarians, money matters are falling into place. So it's a very good message. In love, we had this beautiful couple here. It's funny because it's got this feeling of the moon itself. So this could be a coming together, fusing, Emotional could be that, you're finally really connecting with this person, that significant other in your life. And it says here, embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So this person that's in your life makes you feel safe, makes you feel protected, makes you feel excited to, face on the challenges, these goals that you may have. So it's a good card. It's a beautiful card. Okay, now this skull here, this is the money and career card, and it's showing upside down. So let's see what it's talking about. Rough patch. So this is upside down, borrowing money, low on cash, career, hospice, healer, no work, reinvention. So because it is upside down, it is the reverse. So basically that rough patch that you thought you had, well, you've made it through, my Aquarian, and that rough patch is now behind you. So there will be opportunities for you. There will be flow of money. There will be new careers that you can work with. So a lot of good things in, as you have seeing a way out and a way through. And now, because there's this collaboration and you have the support, this is all coming together. So that's beautiful. Okay, so what is here with the moon? The moon card is luck is on your side. The new moon in Sagittarian is bringing you this energy, fire energy for my air signs. So basically, whatever you touch right now, it's going to be on fire. It's going to take life. And when it takes that life, it's amazing when you start working with other people. They start adding their part and it starts to grow. And your idea now, no longer is it in your mind, because now you are collaborating and it's out. So a very great time for you, my Aquarians. Let's move on now to Pisces, water signs. Let's see what we have here. Okay, with the Ace of Cups, what does that mean here? Let me put it right side up first. There's this hand coming in from the ethers, offering you this cup, offering you this new beginning, offering you this fullness. But right now, we got it upside down, and that's a little bit disconcerting. So while we're ready to start things off with this new year, there's still some projects that were not finished. There was something that was not finished. There was something that didn't get closure. Full moons are about the completion of a cycle. So with this full moon, remember, we're talking about this wolf energy and the pack. Was there something in your life with someone or others that you do not have closure with? And so that's leaving things kind of wide open for you. And you're bringing that into the new year, Pisces. And remember, now that we have the moon in Cancer, which is a water element just like you need to be very extra careful not to allow your emotions to get the best of you. If it is something that involves something at work, or if it's something that involves a relationship, and it wasn't going in the direction you wanted, this is not the time to sulk about the situation, even though it is letting you know, hey, something doesn't feel right here. And where you thought was going to be a beginning, it's not all there. It could be that the person is not reciprocating the feeling back at you. Or it could be that the thing that you want to commit to does not have enough momentum for it to get started. So there may be a collective group of my Pisces that are experiencing a loss, and that's the energy that I'm getting for those of you that are experiencing that loss. And perhaps there could be something more in here that you no longer, are a part of, or it could be that it's no longer bringing you the happiness that it used to bring you. And it could be that in a realm where you are needed to be creative, there is like a mental block. If you're a writer or a painter, or you've got, big projects that you need that creativity to flow for you. And right now you feel like that inspiration isn't there. So you feel like at a loss because you don't have that spark that moves you and pushes that inspiration for you. So in so many areas, there's a group of my Pisces that are going through and experiencing a deep sadness, a loss. This cup is not pouring over, it's pouring out. And what we need to do is find a way to reconnect and bring it back. And sometimes it's just being able to recognize the feeling, and that the feeling does not define you. It is a moment of experience to observe and to be aware of, but it is not who you are. Sadness is not who you are. You are you. Fear is not who you are. You are you. Happiness is not who you are. You are you. Everything is a byproduct of something that needs to be looked at and addressed so that you can grow and move on. Let's take a look here in this area here. It's interesting because this heart here is showing a person kind of being appreciative and grateful for this heart that's there. So let's see what it means. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So you see this, and it's interesting how they're both resonating, because here the cup is empty. So here is just saying, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. So instead of seeing that you're alone, or that this is not coming for you, or it's not happening fast enough, see yourself as happy in this moment, grateful for everything that is coming your way, that there is now room for all good things to come your way. Okay, here we have face. Isn't that fun? Face and ace. Face and ace. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So it's here, money, skills, investor, taking risk, face value, self-made, fame, exposure, and reputation. So it may be that, you know, whatever this sadness is, or whatever this loss is, or whatever this pain is, whatever that is, if you can now use it, bring it all in, take that energy and push it into something else, you will be able to face the future stronger, and it will yield better things. Taking the risk in love, taking the risk in career, taking the risk in making that move that you want to make. The best thing is to take those risks, not because of the risk itself, but because of who you can become by the experiences of being involved in that. Okay, and the moon message for you is coming from new moon in Capricorn. So we have an earthy sign bringing you back to earth, because my Pisces, that's a lot of water. So we got to kind of, you know, play in the mud for a little bit, because when you take water and dirt, you get a little mud. So, and with mud, you can make clay, and you can do something, and you can create, you know, and we can give thanks, and then we can be self-made and all these other great things. So it says your hard work is paying off. So as you transmute these experiences or emotions that may want to drag you down, Pisces, then you can transmute it, and your hard work is paying off. But you've got to step up to make that happen. Let's move on to Aries. We have the King of Cups. Okay. So I associate the king with the number 14, because we have our court cards, which are the pages, the knights, the queens, and the kings. So that's 11, 12, 13, 14. So with the number 13, we'll start with that first. 13 has the base number of 1 and 3. So we have a lot of things here for our Aries, our fire sign here, ready to start on something. That's the beginning of something. And then you're very optimistic. So basically, as we start with this new month, this new year, new beginnings, you're really excited. You have no idea exactly what, but you're really enthusiastic about some of the things that you think are going to be able to come through for you this year. You're very optimistic for 2023. And in that, we see a lot of confidence of where you've been. And so full moon is really about that culmination, the climax, the things that you've, you know, come through. And it is our full moon that we're celebrating here in January. So we're very optimistic about all the good things that are going to be coming for you as you move forward, because that's what the number 3 is. And it's about communication and expansion and growth. There's a lot of good things that are about to get started because of what you've been able to accomplish so far. And when we move now to the base number of 1 and 3, which is number 4, then we now are working with the vibrations and the energies of practicality, organization, patience, loyalty, self-control, and inner wisdom. So we look at all these things that this king is bringing to the table, what you, Aries, are bringing to the table. And that's a lot of work that you've done in the past that has you where you're going. So you are positioning yourself in a really good place for 2023. Now let's look at what the king himself wants to tell us. And what's really good for Aries is that you have all this fiery energy, right? But we see here the message coming from the King of Cups, which is all about the emotions. And the king, from the Ace of Cups to now the King of Cups, has gone through a lot to really know him or herself. And here there's a deeper knowledge that this person has achieved. So you are at this place where you're really getting to know who you are, how you feel about things, how you feel about people, how you feel about the future. You feeling really comfortable. And my Aries sometimes do have a little bit of fire. Make sure that you keep your emotions in check during this phase, this next couple of weeks, as you work through things, as you deal with people. And use your head instead of your heart to work with your partners, that significant other. At work, manage your emotions so that you can help, the team bring the wisdom that you have so that you can continue being a person of value and a person that is respected and admired by those in your, circle that you serve or work with. And it seems that the situations that you'll have when it comes to finances are going to be manageable because you're not going to allow your emotions to, take you into a deep end. You'll be able to handle things. And that stability emotionally really goes a long way to deal with things on the material plane. Okay, in love. Look at that beautiful card. All these hearts just flowing around. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So that's very, very kind of cool coming from a king, the King of Cups. And for my fire signs to be in that place where you are passionate, but yet you are aware and being aware of those feelings. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It just is. How cool is that? Okay, let's take a look at career and money. This one was upside down. Business contract, documents, gift, money, writing, clerical, paperwork, and staying put. So because it is upside down, be very careful with documents. Be very careful with any transaction that requires your signature or paperwork that's coming by your desk. So be very careful with that. It's just to be alert. Stay cool and calm. And because there will be some issues, this is upside down, there will be some issues with documents, business contracts, writing, clerical, paperwork. Okay, and it looks like there's going to be some traveling and moving around. And it could also be that there could be some type of movement or change in your career or employment. And let's take a look at the moon message. And it's new moon in Pisces. This new moon in Pisces energy is asking my fire sign again to what? To meditate and contemplate. And it's interesting because it is a water sign that came up for you through the King of Cups. We have little fishies here. And the moon itself is bringing you back down so that you can calm down a little bit, my fire sign. What this message is urging you is sometimes when we reach a certain plateau, it is important to stay there a while, but not too long, because it is also not too healthy. So take time to meditate and contemplate what you want in life, where you want to go, strategize that plan. What's the game plan? What is going to be required to get there? And soon enough, it will manifest. Let's move on to Taurus. Okay. Our first major arcana comes with Taurus Earth sign. With the 0, we have unlimited possibilities. We see the Fool with unlimited possibilities, carefree, and for our earthy Tauruses. We see some elements of earth here as well. But here it is all about taking the risks and being okay with that, knowing that everything will be provided, that you have the courage to take on this day, this moment, right now. You will not be alone in this journey. You will have people supporting you and helping you, and you have the resources within you to go on with this journey and to use it when it is needed. So this is a very beautiful card, a beautiful message that is being brought to you, my Taurus, my earth sign. And it is all about really just enjoying life, enjoying the moment, the joie de vivre, the happiness of this moment here. And it is important for you not to take yourself too serious and not to be too worried about all the mechanics of the plan. Just know that you have a plan and that that's the beginning. The Fool showing up is just letting you know that whatever it is that you have ahead of you, no matter what you may perceive it to be and what kind of title you want to give it, head forward with happiness in your heart, that it is part of this experience. And as I mentioned before, it is the journey that helps us develop ourselves along the way. So let's see what's going to come of the experiences that are going to show up for you in a new relationship, maybe, or maybe a new job, or maybe there is some financial opportunity that's going to just fall on your feet. And the thing to say to all these is yes. Okay, I have this beautiful person here. It's these rays coming through. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. And with that, filling your heart, you move forward in whatever adventure is before you. And here we have the Hand. Manifesting money, reach goals, financial assistance, hands-on work, help getting a job. So could that be that new job we talked about? Could it be that manifesting money, that financial opportunity we talked about? As long as you say yes to whatever shows up, it will take you where ultimately you need to be. Let's see what the moon message will be for you. And it is full moon in Scorpio. So it's a water sign. And it says here, it's time to release negativity. So Taurus, this is what the Fool is all about. Release negativity, and it's all about yes. Say yes. It's time to release negativity. Let's move on to Gemini. Okay, second major arcana, and it is actually a very good card. Okay, so let's take a look at the right side up. And if you would like to take a look at my Learn Tarot playlist, where I have a description on the devil, please make sure to hit on that little link I'm going to put up here so you can visit that. So we see here the devil, and we see here two people, and these two people are chained, and at any moment they can just let go. They can release themselves from this. So key point to mention here is the number 14. So we look at the number 14. It's got the base numbers of number 1 and number 4. So the blending energies of the number 1, which is all about those new beginnings, those new projects and initiatives. And then we have the number 4, which is about working towards your goals and having integrity and that, you know, independence to get things done. But then the other thing that we look at here is that the number 4, when you take 1 plus 4, it gives you 5. Like you look at the 5 points on that star, number 5. The number 5 resonates with freedom, personal freedom, life lessons, experiences, courage. So when we see this card, it looks like, and this is a great message for my Geminis, and this is about emancipation. It's about freedom, because you see, when we have this card upside down. Now you have released yourself from these bonds. You have chosen to move on. So you here using this full moon energy, funny that it's the wolf. And remember from our earlier opening statement here, the wolf is about freedom. It is about its pack, but it is about that freedom. So you're looking to explore new areas. You're at that place in this new year that you want to try new things. Maybe you want to try a new relationship. Maybe you want to try a new career. Maybe you want to try a new location, but it's definitely asking you to move out, move forward, and to just surrender to what is in your heart. So let's see what this says here. And you have this beautiful dove, and we talked about new. Number 1, new beginnings. Here we go. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. I believe I just finished saying all of that. So this heart card just resonated. This whole thing, this freedom, this new beginning, a new love, a new career, a new location, just something. Let your heart soar. And let's take a look at this one here. Gold, and it's right side up. Solid finances, investing, integrity, deep values, banking, long-term positions, satisfying work. Definitely a lot of things. Look at those gold bullions. Man, a few of those, that's all you need. Open up your heart, open up your mind, receive that, and you deserve all this that is coming your way. So now let's take a look. We do have this moon message upside down, but let's take a look. It's the gibbous moon. And here we have, it says you're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. So we see that while we are in that full moon state, this gibbous moon is saying you're not there, but you're almost there. You almost there. So allow yourself. What I'm trying to tell you, Gemini, what's coming at me is give yourself permission to be free. Give yourself permission to be all you can be. Once you give yourself permission, the sky's the limit. All right, let's take a look at Cancer. Cancer, all right. The moon is in Cancer. Okay, we have the King of Swords. Another king has shown up. Let me move him to the right position so we could see all the elements around him. But remember, I mentioned that I usually associate the kings with the number 14. So we have an energy here showing up for our Cancers, our water signs, about a time for practicality, a time to seek balance. But remember, this showed up upside down. So we're entering this new year, but there's still some things that are not in balance. There's still some things that we quite didn't wrap up yet. And that's kind of something that you're dealing with. And it's important that you kind of put a closure to that so that you can move forward. So this is only letting you know what's up. And this, again, this is for the majority, the collective group that this energy is coming through for my Cancer. So it's important that you take a look at and focus some of these areas that might still need addressing. Don't neglect it. That's one thing that's important. Do not neglect this. Sometimes with my Cancers, we put so much heart into it that we don't put the mind into it. So it's important to blend both and have that balance and harmony in what we're doing so that we can see closure to things, right? So in that sense, you have the energy of that one, the beginning of something, and also a goal, a project. And because it's upside down, it apparently is just kind of showcasing that there are still some unfinished business and situations that have spilled in to this new year. And it's important that now that you're aware of it, let's find ways to expedite it, to look for the lesson that we needed to look in it so we don't repeat that, and so that we can ascend and move on to the next expansion that we need. Because remember, we talked about what happens when you take 1 plus 4, you end up with number 5. And number 5 is about life lessons. It's about personal freedom. It is about learning through experiences. And that apparently some little things you did not want to really go through because you were so emotionally invested. It could be that many of our Cancers were experiencing tunnel vision because they had all their heart in it. And it's sometimes not very healthy to live that way. So we see the King of Swords bringing you that message. The King of Swords is in the elements of the House of Swords, which is represented by our air signs. And mostly swords represent the mind, the intellect, which is something that apparently had been missing in the formula, Cancer. And this is just a reminder. This is just kind of confirming a situation that you've been going through, that you were more heart and not so much of your mind in it. And now it's time to, hey, you know what? I need to really start thinking with my head, because sometimes my heart is just too open out there. The heart sometimes wants to do what the heart wants to do, and it doesn't consult with the mind. Okay, let's take a look what it's showing here. And we show this beautiful couple here embracing each other, and it says trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So maybe that's what the holdup was. Maybe that's what it was, that you just did not want to let go. You wanted to hold on to that so tight. But the number 5 that's embedded in this message of the 14, 1 plus 4 is 5, the king, it's about you letting go. It's about you surrendering. And what's the surrender for? The surrender is part of the universe telling you trust. Maybe you just don't want to trust. Maybe you don't want to let go because you're so committed to this, because you feel like you're too deep into it. But if you trust, a transformation will take place by you accepting what is truly there. And by working with the mind also. Don't neglect the mind. The heart's going to want to do what the heart's going to want to do. But when you embrace all parts of you and allow all parts of you to serve you, then you're going to get somewhere. And once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. And believe me, it will transform for the better. The thing is that you won't know that till you're on the other side of the situation. Oh, so we have the anchor upside down. So what is going on? Money blocks, being stuck, financially sound, water related, travel stable for now. So here we have this, and a few things besides the obvious parts, is that you have the anchor, and it's a water related theme. This is for my Cancers. So definitely, you know, all of this is going to work out for you when you remember. This is in the reverse. So as you trust, your money blocks will be released. As you trust, you will no longer be stuck. As you trust, you will be able to be in the flow of your finances, and the travel opportunities will be there. Now the moon message for you is coming from the first quarter moon. So funny, it's almost like you need to go back to square one. And that first quarter moon is your commitment is being tested. So what does that mean to you, Cancer, right now? Because there's a lot of upside down things, and then the word trust, and then the first quarter moon, which is about those beginnings. Your commitment is being tested. So going back to square one will allow you to now look at that journey, look at the situation, whether it was in a relationship, whether it was at work, whether it was with money, and whatever it is that you have, face it on, not only with your heart, but put your mind into it, and trust that as you begin to harmonize and balance with yourself and see things through all angles, and trust that as you do that, everything will begin to work itself through. So it's about commitment. You know, it's about steadfast commitment. So for you, Cancer, this full moon is asking you to make sure that you follow through on your commitments. All right, let's take a look at Leo. Leo. Oh, Leo is riding mighty high and pretty happy. This is a beautiful message coming from the Six of Wands. I love this card because it has a fairy tale feeling with the white horse. It's like this person coming in after a battle and now being celebrated and admired by his family and friends and his community. And everybody's raising the stick and cheering him on. And he's got his victory wreath not only on his pole but on his head. He's wearing his red cape, showing power and dignity. And I love that. And so when we look at that, we also see that being reflected in the number 6, because the number 6 has the vibration and energy of unconditional love, of family, of nurturing, of sacrifice and empathy and responsibility and peace. All of this comes from this number 6 and resonates with unconditional love and balance and harmony and poise and stability and problem solving and all these great things that we see here, dignity and peacefulness. So there's a lot of beautiful elements that are being signified in the message, but also because of the number 6. So we see this coming in for you, Leo. Leo, you are going to definitely come in through feeling really good about yourself, looking forward to the best time of your life. 2023 is looking really good. This new moon is really bringing it on, and that wolf energy, that sense of freedom like you've never had that before. And finally, you're here. You're here feeling just pretty amazing. But also remember your pack. So don't forget them. They're part of why you are where you're at. So let's take a look at this here. Oh, we see this beautiful couple here embraced in a very intimate embrace. It says sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And as I mentioned here, not only, that special bond you have with your significant person, but also the union that you have with those that celebrate you. It's very special indeed. Okay, so being that it is upside down, you are right now in such a good place that this energy, you don't want it to be knocked out. So be very careful that you do not get sucked into anything that will bring you down emotionally. Don't get involved into things that are going to put you into debt beyond what you can be involved in. And also make sure that, not only that you're being supported, but that you're also there supporting others as well. So that is part of the victory, is not just yours alone, but it's also that others are being celebrated as well. The moon message for you is coming from the full moon in Capricorn. So while we are in full moon in Cancer, this message for you is coming from earthy Capricorn, and it's telling you that the end of a tough cycle approaches. So this is a perfect message, but also keep this little message here about the heart, the emotional spending and joint finances and being supportive and being in a job you love. Sometimes it's better to make less money and be in a job that you love, that you feel comfortable with the people, that you want to get up and be a part of every day. So stay in tune with that, because the end of a type cycle approaches. So that ending has been long overdue, Leo. Let's move on to Virgo. Okay, so now we're in the Knight of Cups. As I said, I associate the Knights with the number 12. And so in its whole, the number 12 is a blend of the number 1 and 2. So here we have the Knight here being represented by the number 12, and that energy has the vibration of number 1, which is those new beginnings, and then the number 2, which is that duality, diplomacy, partnerships, and relationship. So we have this showing up here. Then when we bring the number as a whole, as a 12, it represents those cycles of experiences, but more so, it represents life's purpose and our soul mission. So we see a Knight here going somewhere, bringing something, and keep in mind, he was in the reverse. We look at this Knight here, and when we're considering this message, and the Knight is holding a cup, which is in the realm of emotions, you might be giving more than what you're receiving. So it's important that you not allow your emotions to control your life as much as they are. And you might find yourself probably during this time here, probably being a little bit more invested into those emotions, whether they're jealousy, whether they're angry at a situation, maybe angry at yourself or at things in life, and maybe a little bit more moody. And so as you pay attention at your emotions and begin to understand what are these things called emotions, what are they doing for me? And as you get a grip of that, then you'll be able to move forward. But if you don't put reins on those emotions, it's going to kind of handicap you. It's going to incapacitate you into moving forward, into taking action, because you will be so consumed in those emotions. So that is important as you move on into this new year, and this new moon is bringing that to your attention. Not to fight against it, it's just to own it, just to really own it. And as you own it, then you can use that wolf energy that this wolf moon is providing and literally free yourself from your own self, if that makes any sense at all. When we take a look at this number 12 and bring it down to its core number, it's the number 3. And that number 3 is about adventure, inspiration, expansion, manifesting. So you won't be able to master that until you master these other areas within yourself. So the journey is yours and yours alone. Let's take a look at this next card here. We have this beautiful person here laying down. It says here, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Really, it's homing it down. And once you really can find out, what do you really want? And find ways to get close to that. It doesn't have to be the ideal, but it can get close. Get there if you can. So now we have the sword upside down. So we have 2 cards upside down. So let's see what this is. Money conflicts, cutting corners, breakthrough, law and order, pay cut, defense, being fired. So on a good note, this is on the reverse. Even though you may have these things that you're dealing with yourself, there's good news on the front of money and career. There's going to be a flow. There's going to be opportunities coming at you. There's going to be, you might have to work a little bit harder because obviously it says cutting corners. So there's not going to be anything as cutting corners here. But you know what? It's the journey. What the heck? It's the journey. As you move forward and are blessed with this money that's coming in, are blessed with these opportunities that are showing up, don't cut corners. Don't worry. Time, it's the same 24 hours for all of us. The attitude that you embrace as you take on those 24 hours are more important than the 24 hours themselves. Let's see what the moon message is for you. So the moon message is coming from the 3rd quarter moon, which is pretty good. And it's saying here, adjustments are required. So while it's not a first moon, and it's not a gibbous moon, but it's that 3rd quarter moon. So things have moved on more in your life than what you think. You have progressed. You've made some progress, Virgo. And that's the good news. It's not quite over yet. You still have to do a little more work. But you know what? While we're here playing in the sandbox, that is a great thing, that the diamond still can be polished to still even more brilliance. And that's, see yourself as the diamond and keep going and keep, making the adjustments that you need. Because once you get there, you will rejoice, you will have victory, you will have success. And then guess what? You're going to want to expand more. So until you get there, enjoy this last mile. Okay, let's move on to Libra. We see this person here. It looks like they've been through a lot. And they're still standing. So I feel like you're singing that song, I'm Still Standing, right? That song from Elton John, right? Anyway, but he is still looking over his shoulder. He's got some injuries that he's sustained, but he's still standing. And that's the best part. So Libra, what's going on here? With the number 9, I could tell you that it is these lessons, these things that you have been through have been part of your personal spiritual development and quote unquote awakening. And there's been a lot of things that you no longer see the same way. There are a lot of things that no longer serve you. And you're like, you know what? These things, as you're looking back towards them, I'm like, they are not part of who I am becoming. These things are not part of that. As you move through the next few weeks and things like that, there's still going to be some what I call giving, where it feels like you're sacrificing something for something, whether it's you for love or for a better life or for something that's going to offer you something in the future. The sacrifice is worth it. So one of the things that it might be important for you to embrace during this season of your life is to learn to say no. Learn to say no. And as you do that, you're going to find out that while maybe some people will fall to the wayside, it's okay. Because those that are going to be there with you will be there with you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid if you've been betrayed in the past. Don't be afraid if you've been hurt. That's the problem that sometimes many of us feel, that we are hesitant to embark on something because we've been there before. We've been hurt by someone before. We've seen that same financial situation and we know where it's going to take us. But you know what? Things sometimes may look a little bit hopeless, but when we have hope and courage, then we can begin to change that future for ourselves because we've learned lessons. We've learned lessons. Here with this person standing, the 9 of Wands, this person standing is reminding you, you know what? It's okay to take that risk because you know what? You may be pleasantly surprised. So let's take a look at what this, beautiful card here. Look at that fiery heart. Transformation. Don't you tell me that we're not transformed after we've been through some troubling times in our life. We are transformed. It says here, your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So if you feel that you were betrayed, be okay to take that risk in this relationship. Have the courage and the hope because a transformation will happen. Okay, and these baubles, we have these ornaments, extra money, mature investment, celebration, retail beauty, finish work, and retirement. So when it comes to money and career, a lot of things and blessings are coming our way. The transformation is going to be a part of that journey. And you know what? I'm still standing, right? So let's remember that. So this moon message is upside down. So why is it upside down? Let's take a look. It's in the fixed moon. So that says a lot here. The fixed moon, hold your vision. So when we see it, or the moon here, it is about keep focused, keep going on. Hey, we see that the things that haven't worked are not going to work. So we don't need to look back. What we need to do is hold the vision of what we want in life and keep embellishing it. Keep adding your special touch, your love, your passion, and you will move forward. There's some people that are not going to be able to move with you, but you know what? That's not their vision. It's your vision. And those that will be with you will stand with you. You have the fire to do that. You have the gumption to do that. Libra, you have what is called the wind behind this whole energy, because that's what air is about. Libra is an air sign. You have the intellect, the mind, the desire, and the passion, and you can make things happen. All right, let's move on now to Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay, we have a Chariot, a major arcana. Let's look at this right side up. So we have this beautiful person with this chariot and these sphinxes that are moving it forward, but effortlessly, mind you. So with the number 7, with the vibration of enlightenment, with the vibrations of faith and spirituality, about spiritual awakening, about inner wisdom. And so we sense this effortless moving into things. But what is it with our Scorpio that there is a struggle with this? There seems to be something that you are trying to bring together at a deeper level about yourself and your spirituality and your journey and the things that you want to do. And maybe it's trying to connect you back into something. So it'll be interesting what now we can pull through from the symbols of the Chariot himself, because we do see a lot of gentleness here. But remember, being that it was upside down, could it also mean that you are dealing with something that you can't control right now? Or maybe parts of yourself that you can't control. Maybe you're lacking discipline in something. Maybe you're looking to, develop better lifestyle, better health habits, better eating habits, better routines for yourself. And maybe you feel that you're out of control. Maybe you feel that there are certain vices that are taking over you and you don't have the strength to overcome them. But the strength is there if you can begin to slowly make the adjustments and replace one thing with something else that's, of course, more positive. So are you dealing with this phase or the situation that is showing up in your life right now and kind of being laissez-faire about it, and you're not, maneuvering yourself to take control over it? Are you allowing it to control you? Are you allowing circumstances in life control you? So this should be a reminder as a wake-up call, because the number 7 is a spiritual awakening, a reawakening. So is it a reminder that you need to kind of tighten up some loose ends when it comes to your own self, to taking charge of yourself, your life, and your destiny, moving it by making different choices? So let's take a look over here. Okay. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. So this is a really wake-up call. What are those memories that you want to take? What are they? Because you're not going to take the material things. So how do you develop that wholeness for yourself so that you can feel complete? Because apparently something feels off for you. So it is definitely, this full moon is asking you a lot, and to come into terms with that as you enter 2023, my beautiful Scorpio. Okay, this candle is upside down, so wow. Let's see what it says here. Ambition, taking action, hustle, manifest money, management, high rank, visibility, and athletics. So I see some elements here that are off. I see that there could be a loss of drive, your mojo, as they say. So what is it? And that is only something that you can honestly answer. I can't answer that for you, but when something is taking over you that you can control, but you give into it, then it's controlling you. Then how can you possibly, move forward when you have something that is, holding you down? So you can't manifest things. You can't move because you can't hustle because something is controlling you, whether it's a vice, whether it's a habit, whether it's someone that now has you feeling like you need them. And so therefore you don't move because it has a control over you. So, but you are the only one that can control that. You need to come into that place of awareness and ask yourself, what is it that I can control? You don't have to control the whole thing. You don't have to control everything. But if you can grab onto one thing that you can just take charge in 2023, and if that's the only thing you do, by God, 2024, you'll be someone else. Totally amazing and new. So let's see what the moon message is. It's coming from the South Node, and it says, don't let your past hold you back. Hello. So whatever it is, don't let your past hold you back. You can make new choices today, and you can make those choices again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Baby steps, but you can make them. All right, Sagittarian. All right, we start off with the 6 of Swords. So we're working with air energy here and the number 6. Remember, the vibration of number 6 is unconditional love, balance, and harmony. It's about home. It's about family, responsibility. It's about peace. So we have this message coming through. So as it relates to the 6 of Swords moving on, it apparently means that somewhere mentally you have not moved on. Seems that something still has a hold of you mentally. So while we're here in this new year, for you to really catapult and take yourself to the next level, you've got to really clean out that mental closet, because there could be that you might have some challenges dealing with how to move around the situations that are presenting themselves for you. But your mind can't seem to get through it. Your mind can't seem to kind of balance that out. So you might find that you keep coming back to old patterns in your mind, whether maybe because you feel that some things have not been resolved emotionally, but could be more mentally. Emotionally, you might have already moved on, but maybe mentally, there's still somewhere you have not made peace with it yet. You have not resolved it. So there might be some things that you're still questioning, your own actions. So this number 6 is really about, what is it that you're resisting in your life? What is it that you are resisting to give in? Life is trying to give you something, but you're resisting it. So you may feel that, you're being forced, to move. You're being forced to do something that you might not want to do. But at the end of the day, energy is moving you. And the full moon is asking you to look at the situation and just for a minute, try to see the world with everything forward. The bridge broke and you're on the other side. What are you going to do? Whether it's in love, in career, or finances, what are you going to do? So let's take a look at this situation here. As we see this couple here, and they're encirculated by the serpent. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. So whatever this is, just remember that you have the power. You have the power, whether it's in love, whether it's in your career, whether it's with money, you have the power. So now we have another card upside down for my Sagittarian. What's going on here? Light as a feather. Feather. Abundance, easy money, divine intervention, light work, air-related, undecided, and travel. So it's interesting because we have the swords here that's part of the air. So a couple things to look at is that seems that the month of January is going to push you through with some financial issues, with some situations where it seems that trying to get to the money is going to be a little bit tougher, or trying to get to your financial goals are going to be a little bit tougher. But just remember that you are working with this wolf moon. And yes, sometimes to get to the freedom that you want, because that the wolf is all about freedom. But you have to realize that you're going to have to work with your pack. So look at the different people that are in your circle. Maybe you'll find that you get emotional support from this group over here. And maybe you'll get some, financial support or ideas from this group, or some insights from this other group. So take a look at your pack and work with your pack. Perhaps you have part of your pack that fulfills you emotionally, and maybe part of your pack gives you insights that motivates your brain and your ambition. You just don't know, but working with your pack is also important. And also, it looks like there might be some plans ahead. So it could be with the feather being upside down, and feathers mentions the word travel. So it could be that you were planning some travels, but there might be some delays in those travel plans that you have. And finally, what is the moon message? And the moon message also is upside down, and it is coming from the new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. So being that it's in the reverse, this mind thing here is probably something that might be restricting this new relationship, but that there is a cycle opening up for you. It's there. Do not resist this beautiful space that's coming in. Do not resist the love that is going to come your way. All right, Capricorn. As I mentioned, I associate the nights with the number 12. So we have the number 1 and 2, which is the blended energies of the number 1 and 2, with the number relating to those new beginnings and the self-reliance, and the number 2 about duality, relationships, and partnerships. So we see that coming together. And when we end up with that number 12, as it comes together in its whole, it's about your life purpose and your soul mission. So you are definitely involving yourself, and things are coming to you to help you as you evolve into your own life purpose, as you begin to express more of your divine life purpose here and begin to open up to what your soul mission is. With the number 3 as the base number, that is the vibration of communication, adventure, creativity. So as you open up more to these things in your life, which this is what this January 2023 full moon is helping you kind of put closure to a lot of things so that you can focus more on manifesting things in your life, manifesting your heart's desire, manifesting and growing and expanding in so many areas, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. With the Knight of Pentacles here, as we could see, pretty obvious. You're working towards something, and this is wonderful. There's going to be opportunities showing up for you in so many ways, whether it's investing, whether it's with people, whether it's in your community, whether it's with projects. There are some things that you've wanted, and finally these things are going to be showing up. You're going to have the vehicle, you're going to have the resources, the knowledge, the opportunity. It's all coming into place. So January is going to find Capricorns pretty busy in kind of really getting a lot of the things that they wanted to do done. And most of it is because you have put in the hard work already. So you see that, and you have the discipline to move forward and to do the things that you need to do. So whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing it. It's working. Don't stop. You know how sometimes they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right now you have a plan, and that plan is taking you forward and onward. Okay. Look at this couple right here for my Capricorn. Embracing here. Really fiery, isn't it? It says passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. And let me tell you, I love this message, because have you ever had that feeling where you just feel like you're just oozing, whether it's love and sensuality? Well, guess what? You're coming in the next few days. This full moon is firing you up with this energy. So Capricorns, enjoy it. Enjoy it, because that's part of your attraction. And if you're into manifesting, use these next 3 days to fire up your dreams, your passions, and put it out into the universe and just declare them onto you. Oh man, accentuate that with the crown. Look at that. Overcoming obstacles, power play, wealth, owner, boss, taking charge, making progress. It is time for you to wear your crown, Capricorn, and wear it proudly. Wear it, command it, walk with it. It's that oozingness. It's that magnetism. You are now like energized, and the moon is just bathing you with this magnetic energy so that you can just overcome the obstacles, so you can just become that magnet. So for my Capricorns, whatever obstacles have been laid out, guess what? That is behind you. You're going to overcome these obstacles. You're going to be able to take the lead in whatever it is that you're doing, and definitely command that authority, command that place on the field. So I love that. Making progress financially, in your business, in your plans. Awesome. Okay, so now we do have this one card in the reverse, and it is the moon showing the new moons for you. And it's saying a new start is coming. So the only thing that I can say based on the energies here is that as you finish up with these projects and overcome some of the obstacles, there's going to be a delay in those new things and that new beginning, but that it's coming, it sure is. And it's going to be amazing. There's going to be, what can I say, a blowout for you. It's going to be explosive, and it's going to shower you in ways you could not even imagine. Well, there you have it. As I've interpreted these cards, amazing for each one of us all. Okay, so then I will go ahead and read that one collective message for us all. It's going to come from the Archangel Gabriel Oracle cards. Let's see which message will be for us all. The law of attraction. Wow. With this amethyst here, powerful protection. This resonates and vibrates with connecting us with the universe. This is just so perfect. The law of attraction. Keep your thoughts positive and surround yourself with positive people and situations, and you will attract more positivity into your life. So let's work on what we can. We can activate the law of attraction by bringing forth the positive thoughts, bringing thoughts into our mind that enhance our lives and those around us. We can negate thoughts that bring us down, and we can focus on the possibilities, and we can work out the scenarios the way we want to see them. And then we can attract those engaging positive situations so that we can slowly, as we learn like babies, to understand the law of attraction and demonstrate it for ourselves. 2023 can be really amazing. We're off to the races. Here we go. All right, my dear ones, thank you for joining me, and be blessed.